Salvete, Capitulum Octavum, Chapter 8, Taberna Romana, the Roman shop or store. Taberna is where we get the word a tavern in the English language from. So just like the last few chapters, we're going to just point out what's new, or any words that correlate with our English language that'll help you with the meanings of some of the words. Let's begin. Ecce Taberna Romana. Look at a Roman shop. In qua gemma et margaritae multae sunt, in which there are many gems or jewels and pearls, margaritae. Cuius est haec taberna? Whose shop is this? Albini is Albinus shop. Mr. White Albinus. Albinus hanc Tabernam habet. Albinus owns the shop. Qui Tabernam habet, Tabernarius is. He who owns a shop is a shop owner, Tabernarius. Albinus est Tabernarius Romanus, qui gemmas et margaritas vendit. Albinus is a Roman shop owner who sells gems and pearls. And a new word, vendit. As you can see in that word, the word vend, it's like we say the day of vendor, right? Vend, which just means sales. Alii tabernarii libros vendunt, alii mala et pura, alii rosas et lilia. Some shop owners sell books, some sell pears and apples, and some sell roses and lilies. Gemma et margaritae sunt ornamenta. Gems and pearls are jewelry. Annulus cum gemma ornamentum pulchrum est. A ring with a gem is a pretty piece of jewelry. Etiam linea cum margaritis ornamentum est. Also, a string with pearls is a jewelry. Linea sine margaritis non est ornamentum. A string without pearls is not jewelry. So as you can see, I do my stopping because it's already the same things from the last one. Not new yet so far. Multae feminae, quae in hoc via ambulant, ante tabernam abini consistunt, nam feminae ornamentis delectantur. Multae feminae, many women. Quae in hoc via ambulat, who walks on this street. In hoc via, on the street. Consistent, stops. And that's another thing I should explain, because that helped me a lot when I started to think in this term. It's like, say in English started to keep it in Latin form, but try to get your English to be more in this form. Like I say things like, I can say James the flag. So we know the sentence got something to do with James and a flag. What about James and the flag? He raised the flag, he waved the flag, he planted the flag. So many things that James and the flag can do. The verb at the end tells you about the subject, James, and the object, the flag. And it's like a drama. It's like dramatic. And you know about James, you know about the flag, so you anticipate, and that's why you can take more listening in Latin than we do in English. You can have to listen to the end of that sentence to see what about those two. It's like dramatics. You're at the edge of your seat trying to see, okay, we know about James and the flag. What does he do? Boom, he raised it. Okay. So the verb at the end, that's kind of unorthodox for us, but it's better to get yourself used to that version, because you see it like that mostly in Latin. So we know stops, consistent. Ante Taberna Albini, in front of the shop of Albinus. Nam feminae ornamentis delectantur, pleased or delighted. For women are delighted, ed, by ornamentis, jewelry. So let's do that again. Multae feminae, many women. Quae in hoc via ambulant, who walks on the street. Ante Taberna Albini consistunt, stops in front of Albinus' shop. Nam feminae ornamentis delectantur, for a woman is delighted by jewelry. Ai quae magna pecuniam habent, multa ornamenta emunt. And another good thing is to pay attention to the pictures more than the word when you're watching, because I had to figure that out too. Start to think. It's like in English, when we're talking in English, we don't think about the word that's being said in the definition that we'll see in a dictionary. We think about a picture, or we thinking about a lady walks a dog. We thinking of actually in our head a lady walking a dog. We don't think about the words lady walks a dog. We put a picture into it. So that's another thing you should do when you learn any language. Use pictures. That helps a lot. But ai quae magna pecuniam habent. So they who have a lot of money. Let me see. Ai, they, quae, who. Remember, habent, have, plural. Because you say they, right? Magnam pecuniam, they who have a lot of money, a large amount. Magnam, big, large, a lot, all the same connotations. Emunt, a new verb, which means buys. That's the plural. Multa ornamenta, many jewelry. They who have a lot of money buys many jewelry. Quae nullam aut parva pecuniam habent ornamenta aspiciunt tantum non emunt. those who don't have, those who don't or have little money don't buy, but only looks are speaking. And again, you see the picture. I'm just window shopping. But we got a new word. Tantum means only. And I'm gonna just translate straight out so you can be able to see it. I ain't gonna do them like how I just did this now. So let's see. Those who don't or little money they have, jewelry only watch, don't buy. So that sounds crazy, that's why it's like poetry. So, Etiam viri multi ad hanc Tabernam adeunt. Also, men adeunt come to. Also, many men come to this shop. Etiam. Also, very multi, many men ad hanc Tabernam to the shop adeunt, they come. So you see how the verb always at the end, you will be sitting on the edge of your seat waiting to see, but what's up with this many men in this shop? They come, that's what's up. Qui magna pecuniam habent ornamenta emunt et feminis dant. He who has a lot of money buy jewelry and gives to women. Dant. Remember from the last video, give, that's the plural. They give. Feminis, to women. Give is that word that we gotta put to in front of. Give to women. Keteri rusus abeunt. Others again, they leave. Abeunt. Remember ab, from. They leave. Feminae quadrum viri magnam pecuniam habent, multa ornamenta a viri suis accipiunt. A woman whose husband has big money accepts accipiunt. I think that's a new verb. Accepts or receives many jewelry from their husbands. And remember, anab is from or by. In this case, from wouldn't make sense. By, I automatically, subconsciously knew it was by based off us receives. From their husband, not by their husband. Receive by their husband don't make sense. So my brain automatically change that to from. So it basically is said in regular form. Woman, feminae, quadrum hu viri man, magnum pecuniam, big money habent, they have, multa many ornamenta jewelry, a viri suis, by their men, their husbands, accipiunt, they receive. Many jewelry by their husband, they receive. So I'm taking too long, so I ain't gonna explain all of them. We go kind of fast. Aemilia, cuius vir pecuniosus es, multa ornamenta ab eo accipi. Amelia, whose husband is rich, but accepts, receive many jewelry from him. Ab eo. Aemilia nullum in digito est margaritas colo multaque alia ornamenta habit. Amelia has habit, rings on her fingers and pearls on her neck, and many other jewelry. Anulus digitum Ameliae ornat, Margaritae colum eius ornat. A ring is adorned. A ring is on the finger of Amelia. Ornat is adorned. A ring is adorned on the finger of Amelia. Pearls is adorned on her neck. Feminae gemmis et margaritis anolisque ornator. A woman is adorned by gems and pearls and rings. In via prope Tabernam Albini ver et femina ambulant. And on the street near Albino's shop, a man and woman walks. Hold on. Qui ver et quae femina. Which man and which woman? What man and what woman? Es medus, qui cum Lydia amica sua ambulat. It's Medus, who's with Lydia, his girlfriend. They walk. It's walking. Or again, it's Medus walking with, who's with Lydia, his girlfriend. Medus est servus Julii, sed Dominus eius Romae nones. Medus is the servant of Julius, but his master is not in Rome. Romae, remember the endings tell me that's in Rome. Medus sine domino cum femina formosa in viis Romae ambulat. Medus, without his master, is with a pretty woman in the streets, is walking in the streets. Medus is walking without his master with a pretty woman in the streets of Rome. Lydia ornamentum pulchrum in cola habit. Lydia has jewelry, pretty jewelry on her neck. Remember, in and on is the same word, just based off the context. We know in could be in her neck, right? Quod ornamentum. Ornamentum quod Lydia habet is linea margaritaro. What jewelry? The jewelry which Lydia has is a line of pearls, plural and genitive of the pearls. Remember that. Margaritarum. Colum Lydiae margaritis pulchris ornatur. On the neck of Lydia, adorned pretty pearls. Is adorned pretty pearls by pretty pearls. The neck of Julia is adorned by pretty pearls. Not Julia, Lydia. Lydia autem nullum aliu ornamentum habet, quia pecuniosa nonis. Neque pecuniosus es amicus eius. Lydia have, however, no other jury. Nullum aliud, no other. Quia, because P pecuniosa non is, because she is not rich. Neque, neither. Pecuniosus is, neither amicus eius, her boyfriend is not rich. Pecuniosus es qui magna pecuniam habet. A rich person is he who has a lot of money. And I know it's he because pecuniosus, masculine, pecuniosa is feminine. And able to say qui for she, who. Qui is he who. You dealing with no gender, you're just dealing with who without saying he or she. You automatically revert to qui. Albinus clamat. Ornamenta feminarum, ornamenta emite ornamenta. Albinus cries out, clamat, a new word, another verb, clamat, cries out. Jewelry, woman jewelry, jewelry, buy jewelry, emite, another new verb, buy. Lydia consistit oculusque ad tabernam albini vertit. Lydia taberna aspicit. Lydia stops and turns her eyes towards Albinus' shop. Lydia looks at the shop. Aspicit, another new word, looks at. Consistit, also another new word, stops. Medus non consistit, neque tabernam aspicit. Medus don't stop, and he don't look at the shop. Consiste mede says, her name is Lydia. Stop medus. Aspice illam tabernam. O quam pulchra sunt illa ornamenta. Stop medus. Look at this shop. Illam, this shop. Oh, how pretty are these jewelry. Illa ornamenta, these jewelry. We got two versions of this. Illam, we got these. Illa. And again, if you look at a chart, your head will start spinning. But in English, if you look at a chart that show they, those, that, you'll see how long those charts is. We never learn English looking at those charts. We learn it by listening to the language. We never study those charts. So it's the same way with any other language you want to learn. Don't even try to study or try that. That does not work. I learned by reading this book. This book especially teaches me the language through words and pictures. Lydia Taberna Albini digito monstrat. Lydia, another new verb, monstrat, points at or point out, and we get words like demonstrate, or you demonstrate something, you point something out, right? So we get words like monstrat from, you get demonstrate from that. So he points out Albini shop with her finger, and I don't need cum or apud for that with the being there. I know by the ending digital, so I know what's in there. Plus the word points helps. It's all subconscious at first. When I first started learning, it wasn't in the subconscious like that, but the more you go on, you'll start to be just like that, as in English. Medu weather teeth. Taberna widet. Cum Lydia a Taberna adit. Medus turns himself, looks at the shop. With Lydia, goes up to the shop. Medus et Lydia ante tabernam consistunt. Medus and Lydia stops in front of the shop. Salve, says Albinus. Albinus eos salutat. Albinus salutes them eos. Et Margaritas in linea ante oculos Lydiae tenet. And holds up, tenet, holds pearls on a string in front of the eyes of Lydia. Albinus Lydiae Margaritas ostendit. Another new verb, shows. Ostend. Right, ostend. You're showing something, you're pointing out something, you extend your arm or whatever. That word automatically made me believe in extending your arm or something. But Albinus shows Lydia the pearls. In hoc ornamento viginti Margaritae magnae sunt, non ne pulchrae sunt hae Margaritae. And this jewelry, hawk, I think that's what they're teaching in this. I already see that a lot so far. And on this jewelry are sunt viginti 20 huge pearls. Is it not nonne? These pearls, is it not these high? Remember this, and on this jewelry, piece of jewelry, ornamento. And we got high, another version of that. Again, it's just like Ila, and in different version of this and that. You got different version of these, those, here, all that. But don't worry about which ones it is. Your context clue is going to tell you. Is it not these pearls pretty? Pulchrae? Amica mea multas margaritas habet. My girlfriend has many pearls. In hac taberna multa alia ornamenta sunt. In this shop, there are many other jewelry. And that's what Lydia said. Albinus is tres anellos sine gemis ostendit. Albinus shows them is 3 rings without gems. Aspicite hos anellos, says Albinus, non hi anuli pulchri sunt. Look at these rings. Are these rings not beautiful? Medus et Lydia anolos aspiciunt. Medus and Lydia aspects or looks at the rings. In his anolis gemmae nullae sunt. And those his rings, and that's what they're definitely teaching. We don't get many versions of this and these. Hey, where it says this horse, he. But a good thing about those words is they show up in front of the word that is talking about. This ring, these rings. He's analyzed these rings on these rings. Medus albinum interrogat. Medus ex albinus. Quod numis constat annulus in quo gemais. How many coins is the cost of the rings in which have gems? You don't have to have habit in it, but make sense of it. We have a new word, constat, cost. Basically saying in which there are gems. What numis, how much coins it costs. Constat, annulus in quo gemma, rings in which have gems. How much it costs for the rings that have gems. Albinus medo annulum gematum ostendit. Albinus shows medus jeweled rings. A jeweled ring. And in the last video I made a few mistakes, which ain't no problem. It's good if you can catch the mistakes and yourself, because that means you learning. Hold on. And sometimes you see that I look right at a word and still say the wrong thing, because when you're teaching this different than just reading for your pleasure yourself. It'll be easy. When you're trying to teach at the same time, your brain subconsciously are thinking about what I gotta teach while I read it. But just like anything else, when you're trying to learn something, your brain love repetition. You hear a song on the radio, you hear it after like 7 times, then you'll start to retain it. Or movie and stuff like that. That's the same thing with a language. The more practice, the more it'll start to get clear in your brain. Don't force it, just let it start to be clear. When I first read this book, it took me to about chapter 15 before we started. The words started to pop off the page. Tell it like intelligible. And looking at a book, it looked like a foreign language to you. Until after a while, I say 7 times that key that get your brain to see it as a common thing. He canalos centum numis constat. This ring costs 100 coins. Quid, what? Says Medus. Pretium huius annuli est centum sestertii, says Albinus. The price of these rings, of this ring, is 100 sesterces. And that's like a type of money, like we say numis, coins, say dollars, sesterci. Sestersus is another type of coin. So this ring costs 100 sesterces. Centum sesterci, says Medus, id magnum pretium est. That price is large. That's a large price. Id, that's. Pretium, price, new word. Imo parum pertiumes, aspice hunc annulum, in hoc annulo magnam gemma es, tanta gemma sola, octa quinta certerstis, constat, says Albinus. Albinus said, on the contrary, Imo, that's a small price. Look at this ring. In this ring is a big jewel. Tanta, a new word that's like saying how much or how big, how large. A gem this large itself or only costs 80 sesterci. The gem alone, this big of a gem alone, costs 80 sesterci. Num annulus sine gemma viginti tantum sestercis constat. Is it not the cost of this ring without the gem? Is not this ring, the ring without the gem, only tatum viginti sestercis 20 gem, is it not? The ring without the gem costs 20 sesterci, is it not? Albinus non responded. Albinus don't respond. Medus, qui alium annulum gemmatum post albinum videt. Medus, who sees of the jewelry behind Albinus, of the jeweled rings behind Albinus, says, hic annulus pulcher nones, quod sestertiis constat ille annulus. The ring, this ring is not pretty. What's the cost of those? How much the scarcity is the cost of those rings? Ille annulus, those rings. What does cost and sesterci is those rings? Qui annulus, what rings? Ille poste, those behind you. Quantum est pretium illeus annuli. How much is the price of those rings? Medus annulum post albinum digito monstrat. Medus points to the rings behind Albinus with his finger. Ille quoque annulus centum sestertiis constat. Pretium illius annuli tantum est quantum huius, sed amica tua hunc annulum amat, non illum. So Albinus say those rings also cost 100 sesterces. The price of those rings is as large as these huius. But your girlfriend loved this ring, not those. Illum, non illum, not those. You see how these illius and illum and ille, I really have to think, off subconsciously which ones it is. But at first I wouldn't know it, but now it just comes constantly because it comes from practice. Lydia annulum gemmatum ante oculos tenet. Lydia holds the jeweled ring before her eyes. O quam pulchrum hoc ornamentum is. Oh, how pretty this jewelry is. Illud ornamentum non pulchrum est quam hoc. This jewelry, those jewelry, is not as pretty as this. Neque illa gematanta es quanta haec. And they try to say it like how she would say it. And this and those gems are not as large as this. Or like you can say this one, just to make it make more sense to you. Tanta gemma ad parum anulum non convenit. And that's another new word. Convenience. You can see the word convenience in that. Why we use this foot, right? Stop and foot is convenient. If we don't fit, it's not convenient, right? A gem as large as this don't fit. A ring as this, a jewel on this ring, the small ring, it's not convenient. Such a big of a jewel on the small ring, it's not convenient. Lydia, quae haec verba non audit, mero digitos suos stendit, in quibus nulli annuli sunt. Lydia, who doesn't hear those words, shows Medus her fingers in which there are no rings. Aspice mede says Lydia. Aspice mede, look, Medus. Indigitis meis nulli sunt annuli. On these fingers are no rings. Aliae feminae digitos annulorum plenos habet. Mei digiti vacui sunt. Other women have plenty rings on their fingers. Oh, I said that wrong. Other women have rings have fingers full of rings. Full of rings. Annulorum of rings. That's what threw me off. I know that of rings. So instead of plenty, it would be good to translate that as full of. My fingers are empty. Saculus quoque meus vacuus es. My sack is also empty. Well, in her case, her purse, saculus, also is empty. Hers, meus saculus quoque vacuus es. Lydia annulum in mensa ponit. Lydia puts the ring on the table. In oculis eius lacrimae sunt. In oculis eius lacrimae sunt. In her eyes are tears. Medus qui lacrimas videt, saculum sum in mensa ponit. Neque vacuus est saculus, sed plenus numerorum. Medus, who sees her tears, puts her sack on the table, and her sack is not empty, but is full of coins. Quanta pecunia est in saculo medi? How much coins is in Medus' sack? En eo non neginta tersti insunt. in it are 90 sestertus. Nona quinta, 90. Medu says, Eke sestertii nona quinta. Look, 90 sestertus. Albino says, Se nona quinta non satis es. Pretium annuli es sestertii centum. But 90 is not enough. Satis, enough, are satisfied. The price pretium annuli of the ring is as sestertii centum, 100 sestertus. Sestertus. Lydia says, Da huic tabernario centum sestertios. Give this shop owner 100 sestertii, says Lydia. Id nimis magnum pertium est. Alii tabernarii annulum gematum octigenta sestertiis vendunt, says Medus. He says, this too much. This price is too much. And we got a new word, nimis, always spelled the same, and it just means too, T-O-O, too much. This is too much. Alii tabernii, other shop owners, jeweled rings. Other shop owners sell vendut jeweled rings for, and the word vendut take on a sale. It's called a sale. So sometimes you say sell to somebody, or you can say for. You say sale for, sale vendunt annulum gematum, sale for 80 sestertiis octogenta. Qui sunt illi tabernarii? Who are these shop owners? Qui in aliis viis tabernas habent? Those who on the other streets, aliis viis, those who have shops on those other streets. Quae sunt illae viae, in quibus illae tabernae sunt? Who are, or what are those other streets in which those other shops? There are other shops. They're trying to trick me on this one. Say, quae sunt illae viae? Who are those other where are those other streets that on which there's other shops? Et quae sunt illa ornamenta, quae in illis tabernis parvo pretio emuntor? And et quae sunt illa ornamenta, and what are those other jewelry who in those other shops are sold for a smaller price? Non sunt ornamenta, those are not jewelry. So we hear on other shop owners. And parvo pretio, we know, sold by a smaller price. Parvo pretio. Emuntor helps me with that. Sed aspicite haec ornamenta. But look at these jewelry. Hos, anolos, has gemas, has margaritas. This ring, that, thus jewel, these pearls. Haec ornamenta proba sunt. These are good jewelry. Neque pretium horrorum ornamentorum nimis magnus est. And the price of this jewelry is not too large, and the price of these jewelries is not too much. Nimis too. Remember, ornamentorum is plural and apostrophe is of these jewelries. Accipe numos non negenta aut nullos. Take, accipe, receive or take. Take 90 coins or nothing, said Medus. Num hic non negentas thirstii sunt. Here's 90 sestertii, is it not? Here is 90 sestertii, is it not? And I guess he's talking about what he got on the table. Numeraeos, count them. Albinus numerat sestertios. Quorum numerus est non negenta. Albinus counts the sestertus, which is 90, which he counts 90. Sunt non negenta, bizarre 90. Satisne es, says Medus. Is that enough? Albinus non responded, said numos sumit meduque annulum dat. Albinus don't respond, but picks up the coins and gives Medus the ring. Albinus pecuniam accipit, et medo annulum vedit, sestertiis non negita. Albinus received the money and sells Medus, and then we see medo, so that means vendit. It's just like that. Let me say give to something. So medo is in a to form. So sales, that's another word that put to in front of the word. So sales to Medus the ring for sestertis non negenta, 90 sestertus. And we already know from the first chapter that's his master money. He still would leave his master with 10. He had 100 kentum and he only had 10 when he checked. So that 90 come from Medus stealing. Follow the story. Medus se ad Lydiam vertit. Medus turns himself to Lydia and says, Accipe hunc annulum ab amico tuo. Receive this ring from your boyfriend. Medus annulum in digito Lydia ponit. Medus puts the ring on the finger of Lydia. And quod digito, on which finger? In digito medio, on the middle finger. He cannot lose at digitum tum non convenit. Anulus nimis parus is aut digitus nimis magnus. This ring non convenit don't fit to digitum tum, your finger. Anulus nimis parus is the ring is too small out, or, and I know if I say that, but you got words, that's the word for or, out. Or you got well, VEL, that's also a word for or. But in this case, we use it out. Out. So the ring is too small, or digitus nimis magnus, the finger is too big. Oh, Mede, says Lydia. Digitus medius nimis magnus est pone annulum in digito quarto. She said, the ring, oh Medus, the finger, the middle finger is too big. Put the ring on the fourth finger. Medus annulum in digito Lydiae quarto ponit. Medus puts the ring on the finger, the fourth finger of Lydia. Lydia of Lydia. Annulus satis magnus est, et a digitum convenit. Nam digitus quartus non tantus est quantus digitus medius. The ring is basically enough, big enough. The ring is big enough and fits on the finger. For the fourth finger is not as big as the middle finger. Medius digitus. Lydia laeta digitum suum aspicit, et amico suo osculam dat. Lydia looks, a happy Lydia looks at her finger and gives a kiss to her boyfriend. Medus et Lydia a Taberna abeunt. Medus and Lydia leaves from the shop. Leaves away from the shop. Lydia quae Romae habitat, medu viam monstrat. Lydia, who lives in Rome, shows monstrat medus viam, the way. Albinus rossus clamat, ornamenta, ornamenta. Albinus again cries out, jewelry, jewelry. Et alios veros pecuniosus, quorum amicae nulla aut pauca ornamenta habent expectat. And other rich men is waited on, he waits for which so he waits on other rich men who have a girlfriend or who have little jewelry. So he get this thing in that part, this part. So basically he get that money he stole from his master. He get that bottom and get Lydia a nice ring with it. Now he looking for some more men who got a girlfriend who got a little bit of jewelry, so he can sell them some more. So anyway, we're gonna start here in Walete. See you in the next one.